great I am. I'm gonna float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I am the king of the world.
G5F TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. All social media is in the description box, and please hit that bell icon so you can be notified when I drop that heat. This video is sponsored by my boy Fast Classic. His mixtape is in the description box. Definitely give him a download, give him a listen. And this video is sponsored by my boy Matt. Definitely check his apparel out on IG at We All From. Now, Canelo Alvarez, the date, September 14th, 2019. The opponent to be determined. Now, there's a bunch of rumors flying around in regards to Canelo and who his next opponent is going to be. Demetrius Andrade has been in a discussion. Sergey Kovalev has been in a discussion. Triple G, Gennady Golovkin has been in a discussion. Of course, Canelo Alvarez is the newly crowned WBC franchise champion of the world, the first ever franchise champion of the world. And I don't know if that's a belt that you defend, but, you know, he's the new WBC franchise champion of the world. Now, what Canelo Alvarez, I'm sitting up here thinking, and I'm like, okay, who could he fight September 14th? I'm like, could be Andrade. Could be Andrade. Like, Canelo Alvarez really doesn't duck anybody. Like, if you look at his resume, he has one of the best resumes in the sport overall, if not the best resume in the sport. So I could see him fighting Demetrius Andrade. I could see him fighting Sergey Kovalev. I could see him fighting guys at 168. And then I sat and I really thought about it. I was like, you know what? I was just like, we got a problem. I'm like, we got a real problem here. Canelo Alvarez signed a contract, $365 million with DAZN. $365 million. And when you sign for that amount of money, the company that signed you to that contract has financial and business interests, which is DAZN. DAZN doubled down. Signed Triple G, Gennady Golovkin to a 6-fight deal somewhere in the $100 million range as reported. So between these two guys, they have possibly close to $500 million between the two in terms of contract amounts. So even though we have all of these Demetrius Andrade rumors, the Sergey Kovalev rumors, guys at 168 that Canelo Alvarez could fight, but if DAZN is investing $365 million in Canelo Alvarez, and DAZN is investing pretty much $100 million in a 37-year-old Triple G, I mean, are they pretty much forced to fight each other in a third fight for DAZN's best interest? Like, think about it. I know a lot of people don't like to get into the money aspect and the business aspect of boxing, but you almost have to, because it ties things together in terms of current events, in terms of boxing. Now, if I'm DAZN and I invested $365 million into Canelo Alvarez, I don't want Canelo Alvarez to fight Demetrius Andrade. That is the highest risk, lowest reward you could possibly get. Yes, Demetrius Andrade has a belt, but that is a dangerous dude. That is a dangerous dude in a tough style matchup for anybody at 160. Point blank, period. I'm not risking $365 million on Demetrius Andrade. Hell no. But then you look at it from Triple G's end as far as DAZN. If I'm DAZN, I already dodged one bullet with Gennady Golovkin. Now, he fought Steve Rolls in Madison Square Garden. He got Steve Rolls up out of there in the 4th round, but don't get it twisted. Steve Rolls did have a little bit of success in there. Now, they paid Gennady Golovkin a whole lot of money for that tune-up fight. Whole lot of money for that tune-up fight. They can't run the risk of putting Triple G up against Demetrius Andrade. Reason I said that is because Canelo Alvarez is like, he's not giving Triple G a third fight unless he wins that belt that Demetrius Andrade currently holds. If I'm DAZN, I'm damn sure not putting up Triple G up against Demetrius Andrade. From a business standpoint, hell no. I'm not risking no $100 million on Demetrius Andrade. Demetrius Andrade is a bad motherfucker who could definitely win that fight against Triple G. No doubt about it. So that leaves DAZN, the company, in a hell of a dilemma. Do you trust that Canelo Alvarez can take another fight and win the fight? Do you trust that Canelo Alvarez can take a fight, win a fight, and not get hurt? Can you trust that Triple G is going to take another fight, win the fight, and not get hurt, and possibly push the trilogy until maybe May of next year? If these guys can't come up with something for September? To be honest with you, if Canelo fights Sergey Kovalev, he could lose that fight. No doubt. He could lose that fight. Triple G fights a Demetrius Andrade. It's a long shot, but let's just say a Jamal Charlo or someone else at 160. There's a chance that Triple G could get beat. All I'm saying is, as far as DAZN, that's a lot of money that'll be going down the tubes if you don't have these two fighting next. And I mean Canelo Alvarez and Triple G Gennady Golovkin. We already seen one bag of money get fucked up this year with Anthony Joshua losing to Andy Ruiz Jr. That completely screwed up the Deontay Wilder-Anthony Joshua super fight. That fight would still be big, don't get me wrong. It just wouldn't be as big as it would have been if all the belts were on the line and both of them were undefeated. So going forward, I'm really interested to see how this situation works out between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G Gennady Golovkin. Now, me personally, I don't give two damns whether they fight or not. You know, the first two fights were good, but it wasn't to the point to where I'm like, I absolutely have to see a third fight. If Triple G's not going in there to kill or fight quote unquote Mexican style like he always says, then I don't want to see the fight. Like, I don't want to see the fight. And you know the thing that's funny is Triple G's people were the ones that said anybody could get it from 154 to 168, or was 160 to 175. Said anybody could get it. That was years ago. And that was Gennady Golovkin's old trainer that said that. And he was like, basically anybody from 160 to 175 can get that smoke. And you know the thing that's funny? Triple G hasn't fought nobody at 168. He haven't fought anybody at 175 like Abel Sanchez said. But the thing that's funny is Canelo Alvarez operates exactly the way Abel Sanchez said that Triple G was going to operate. Abel Sanchez said Triple G is going to take on anybody from 160 to 175. But he doesn't do it. Then he says Triple G fights Mexican style, which he doesn't do. He's a pure boxer with power. He's the epitome of a boxer puncher. But Canelo Alvarez is looking at guys at 160, 168, and 175 for opponents. And then on top of that, Canelo fights more of a Mexican style than Triple G does. Like, it's crazy. Abel Sanchez made those comments talking about Triple G when actually those comments actually fit Canelo Alvarez. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. But DAZN got a real problem on their hands. They got a real problem on their hands. I don't know how the contract structure is. I'm pretty sure they're not paying $365 million if there's no Triple G involved. That's kind of like the DAZN contract with Deontay Wilder when that was offered. They're not going to offer Deontay Wilder at that time $100 million and Anthony Joshua was not involved. Like, this is bad business. It's bad business. Like, what are you paying $100 million for? Same thing for Canelo Alvarez. Why are you paying $365 million if the biggest fight that could be on the table is not going to happen? Same thing with Triple G. Why pay him $100 million if Canelo Alvarez is not on the table? It's not a Canelo Alvarez problem, because no matter where Canelo takes his business, he going to get his money. Point blank, period. It's not a problem for Triple G, because all of Triple G's money is tied up with Canelo Alvarez. Triple G can make money elsewhere, but it just won't be as much. But Triple G gonna still get his bread. He just rather get his bread with Canelo Alvarez because that's the biggest bag he gonna get. But DAZN is the one that has the problem. There's no sense in paying those guys all that money if they're not gonna fight each other. It's a subscription-based business, and you're not going to get subscribers if you don't put on the best fights. I like what DAZN is doing. DAZN is bringing a lot of boxing and putting in a lot of cards and giving a lot of guys opportunities to shine out here, from Devin Haney, Tevin Farmer, a whole bunch of guys. But at the end of the day, for them to stay afloat, they need the big names. They need the big fights. If they can't get Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, that's bad business for DAZN, man. So I don't know if these DAZN contracts force Canelo Alvarez and Triple G to fight, but if it doesn't force them to fight, I hope DAZN got an out. And as far as the contract is concerned, that's a lot of money to be pumping out, and you can't get the best fight or the biggest fight for both of those guys and for the platform to take place. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. G5Jeff TV, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Please share this video, support your boy. Support good content at all times. I appreciate y'all. Peace.